Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a career and finance reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This is a career and finance reading for the month of December 2019. So I'm going to pull cards for 3 positions. The first position is what you're doing wrong. The second position, what you're doing right. And then finally, what you should do or what you need to do in order to be successful. And I'm going to pull some clarifying cards and an overall energy card. I do have to confess, Sag, I tried doing your reading and it was quite an interesting reading. And halfway through, I started reading for a Leo, a Leo cusper, either Cancer Leo cusp or a Leo Virgo cusp. So if any of you have those in your chart, I suggest you guys go ahead and check out the Leo reading as well. For some reason, the very tail end of Mercury retrograde or the shadow period seems to hit me the hardest for whatever reason that might be. So, all right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign reading for December 2019 career and finance. What messages do you have for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for career and finance, December 2019? Okay, first card out. Scorpio energy, temptation, the devil. Number 9, material harvest. So you guys are definitely manifesting material wealth and abundance. And then we have sacrifice here. Very interesting. All right, let's see. Are these all aligned for you guys? Okay. Additional messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for career, general career and finance for December 2019. Career and finance for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Career and finance, December 2019. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. Wow, 10 of Wands. Coming out. This is what you're doing wrong. What you're doing right. All right, 7 of Swords in reverse and the 4 of Cups in reverse. Nice. It's kind of where I like to see it. And what you need to do, you have the 3 of Wands and you have the 7 of Pentacles. So get to work, my dear Saggies. All right, and final message for Sagittarius. What are they doing wrong? I know this reading is a bit blunt, but you know what? Sometimes we need to hear it. 9 of Swords. What is Sag doing right? Career and finance, December 2019. What's Sag doing right? Career and finance, 2019. Justice. Fair and balanced. Yes, and what you need to do, keep the hope alive. Okay, my dear Sag. And I'm just going to pull one overall energy card from the goddesses and sirens. See, I told you, I'm still I'm getting hit with Mercury retrograde. This last week, my technology's, going haywire. Can't speak. It's so funny. It happens every time too. But I'm going to stop complaining. Overall message for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, career and finance, December 2019. And this is your card. Faith. Gotta have faith, faith, faith. I hear George Michael playing. All right, so gotta have faith, faith, faith. And I see that coming here. I see that coming out really, really strong in what you need to do. Okay, so my dear Sagittarians, we have something here, a little bit of a codependency issue. It could be on a job that isn't serving you, some sort of toxic behavior pattern, some sort of some sort of like, it could be a toxic relationship, it could be a toxic person, it could be a toxic thought pattern or behavior pattern that you're engaging in. But this temptation, this is the devil energy. It could be Capricorn. Could be you have Capricorn in your chart, or you're dealing with a Capricorn, or you could be Sag Capricorn cusper, a Sagittarius Capricorn cusper. But there's something here that you have like an unhealthy attachment to, and I think you guys have an idea of what it is. For some of you, it's going to be overspending. I see, the Ten of Pentacles coming out in the reverse is, this is like where you're draining all of your resources. So whatever this codependency is, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be on a person. It could be, you have an addiction to shopping. You could, when you feel bad, when you feel depressed, you feel stressed, you go gambling, you do something that's really, really draining your finances, and it might be sort of rocking the stability of your family. It's getting pretty bad here, Sag. So please leave me a comment in the comment section what's going on. We do have your own energy, the Ten of Wands coming out, Sagittarius energy. You've just taken on too many responsibilities. I do see you kind of pushing through, trying to push through. You're carrying all of these wands. It's like people have kept asking you and you keep saying yes. And then you keep saying, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. And then before you know it, you're about to be crushed underneath all of these wands, or you're about to drop them. Or you might even be about to say, excuse my language, but fuck it, and throw them all on the ground. There's a lot of different possibilities here, but it's really hurting either your family life and or your wallet, or both. Okay, and it's also causing a whole lot of stress, a whole lot of craziness. I feel like you guys are just completely, utterly exhausted. So there's some sort of negative behavior pattern, thought process. It could be self-doubt, but it really is some sort of codependent behavior, relationship, or thought pattern. Maybe you feel like, you keep making up excuses as to why you're staying in this situation, whether it's a job, whether it's poverty consciousness, like I'll never have enough, I don't deserve enough. Maybe it's self-doubt, whatever it might be. It's something that you really, really have to release here. It's causing too much. It's causing financial problems, physical problems. I'm getting you're exhausted. I think people can really see it. I'm getting this impression of somebody who looks like, you either look hungover all the time, or you look like you've got these big bags under your eyes. Like people might even be saying to you like, hey, what's going on? Are you getting enough sleep? Is that person taking pills? And you might not even be. It might not even be anything like that. It may be you have an addiction to work, which can be a total trauma response, like where you're just working, working, working. And that could be causing you some real issues. And I get that it's affecting your health and just your general well-being. Okay, so whatever this codependent behavior is, it might be different for all of you. So leave me a comment in the comment sections if it resonates with you. What you're doing right, material harvest though, but you are manifesting. Okay, so despite like whatever is going on, what you're not doing right, even though there is a hemorrhage, and I'm kind of getting the idea that you're making money, but it's all going right out the door to whatever this problem is, whatever this codependency is, whatever this temptation is. I'm getting some of you are gambling. I'm getting others of you have like lots of child support to pay. And like you're making more money, but then you're also like spending more, not just on child support, but you're paying, you're spending more on clothes, you're spending more on going out to eat, whatever. Maybe you might be wining and dining somebody, and now might not be the time to be sort of starting a relationship is the message I'm getting. But I do get that, material, like what you're trying to get out of this situation. You're trying to get away from this, whatever this negative behavior pattern is or thought process. I'm getting that, and you're manifesting like a boss here. You're trying to sort of weigh, trying to balance the scales here. I feel like, you're trying to, this is like when somebody or something is taking from you. And I do get what you are doing right is you are addressing this issue, but you haven't really been able to cauterize the wound. You haven't been able to put a tourniquet around wherever this hemorrhage is with money, okay? Money, time, energy, whatever it is that's like, it's just, I feel like you're so drained, and I feel like people are seeing it. Like people might even be asking you if you're okay, or people might be talking behind your back and be like, hey, what's going on with so-and-so? Okay, and this is when there is that hemorrhage. Somebody was stealing from you, stealing time, stealing money, and it could be you. Again, it could have been you were stealing from yourself, from your reserves. You might have been taking out of your savings for whatever this is. But I do get, you're manifesting more, which is really good, and you're really starting to address wherever that leak was or whatever was taking so much out of you. And here we have the, the 4 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups, this is, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, and this is like disappointment, this is kind of like discontent and kind of boredom, but this is in the reverse. So you're kind of coming out like and that's taking us back to the 3 of Cups energy, which is celebration, collaboration. I get that you're starting to reach out to people, okay? Like you're starting to be like, somebody might have come and talked to you or will come and talk to you and be like, hey, Sag, what's going on? Like there's something, we can see that something's not right. And it might be something you're kind of scared to talk to other people about. Okay, we have 2 10s here, which is a completion. And I don't like to see, I like to see the 10 of Pentacles upright and the 10 of Wands in reverse, and whatever it is, it's really got you losing sleep, looking pretty bad, bags under your eyes. But I'm getting that, you are starting to reach out. You're starting to try to figure out at least like where the leak is and what's going on. And this balance, I love this because the Justice card, this gummy bear, I love this deck. This gummy bear isn't wearing a blindfold. He's trying to be really objective here. Again, and I think maybe you're reaching out to people. You're kind of like objectively looking at, your finances. You're looking at, the work that you're doing. And I get that like some of you are writing like a pros and cons list, or, really writing out these to-do lists and trying to do that like inner work and that scan to be like, because whatever this temptation is, this Capricorn energy, but you have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you have Sagittarius energy, you have everything, you have air energy as well with the 9 of Swords. It's just kind of like all over. Like I feel like, there's just so much going on and it's affecting you really physically. You don't have much energy. But you're balancing that out. And that's a really good thing. And you're still manifesting. Like, so even if this is some sort of addiction, like you're functioning, okay, but it's kind of like, it's not like you're not really making much headway though, because you've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse and you're manifesting. So it's like the more you make, it's like you're never really making much ground here. So what you've got to do here, this is the sacrifice energy. And this, to me, this is Sagittarius energy. Although I know Temperance is 14 in most decks. I'm really reading this as the Temperance card. Again, this is you guys, Sag. This is you guys right now during this period. If you listen to my new moon and Sagittarius readings for each sign, you might want to check those as well. Said this is a really great time to sort of expand your worldview, try your luck. It's also all about balancing out excess. And here we have such a huge excess going on, something that's going on wrong. And then we have the Justice card where you're like trying to figure out how you can, bring things back into balance so that you can actually benefit from everything that you're manifesting. And the Sacrifice card is all about patience. And you definitely have to make some sort of sacrifice. Okay. Some sacrifice is necessary. And you need to think about your expansion. You've done a lot of the work and all of the planning. You're in a good place. It's like, you are in a bad place here with what you're doing wrong, definitely. But like, I think financially and with your work and with your job or whatever, that's right. Like that I see you engaging in commerce. Some of you might be in, import export type of business. It could also be banking because there's a lot of Pentacles energy as well. But basically you need to really focus on the day-to-day stuff, and I'm getting this message from Spirit like one step at a time. So for some of you, this is going to be a drug and alcohol addiction that you need to, like, you're functioning, but it really needs to be, it needs to be addressed here. All right. And I'm really getting like some of you are going to AA with this faith card as well, and just like taking everything one step at a time and becoming like the master of your own destiny, making sacrifices, even if that means losing friends, like even if it means you can't go to happy hour anymore. Like you really need to sort of bring everything into balance, and I feel like you are. And Spirit is saying, in order to do this, there's a lot of healing that needs to take place, rejuvenation. You need to be patient. You need to focus on each and every step, each and every day, and all of the small successes. I'm really seeing somebody getting coins, like when you go to AA or NA, and you get, your one month coin, or your, whatever, however long you've been sober. For some of you, this is a real issue with drugs or alcohol. For others of you, it is just sort of like, it's something that you're doing. It could be a toxic relationship. It could be that you're stuck in a situation, because other people think it looks good. Like, that's a great job. I'm an investment banker, but really you're overworked. It's killing you, and you're so dependent on it because I think you have a lot of bills to pay. You've probably racked up a lot of debt. And you have like a lifestyle to maintain as well. So you're continuing to manifest, but you're really starting to sort of like figure out what it is you need to do. And that's a huge first step. Even if this has nothing to do with drugs and alcohol, like acknowledging where you are on the journey and figuring out like where you need to, where you might have to tweak your behaviors and thought patterns. Spirit is saying, just be really patient. You're going to be able to do this. The growth and expansion is all of yours. All yours. I think you have everything that you need, is what Spirit is saying. Like, you will become the master here, but it will take some time. All right. And you're definitely going to have to make some sacrifices. And like, most importantly, Joan of Arc, faith, so that's like maybe you need to get reacquainted with your spiritual journey, with spirituality. If you guys pray, set intentions, start an exercise program, whatever it is that really, like to reinvigorate your faith in yourself and in the process, and getting you back on track, because whatever's going on here, Sag, can't continue. This is like, I'm seeing you. I just see somebody so exhausted. I see somebody even in like a suit. Like, I feel like you have a good job, right? Because you're making the money. I just feel like you're starting to look like, there's some real issues in there, and there really might be, some issues going on. So you really have to make some changes. So keep, don't keep doing what you're doing, but in the sense of like addressing and figuring out like where you can tweak behaviors, where you can cut out like excess, where you can bring yourself back into balance, just like this gummy bear card says, and just sort of release. And if you need to rely on people, like if you have friends or family, or some sort of support group, there's a lot online. But like, also, if it's like finding and meeting up with people who are going through something really similar, because like you're just starting to tourniquet this wound, you know what I mean, and stop the hemorrhage. And and it's going to take some sacrifices, but growth and expansion are yours. You're going to be successful. There's going to be healing and rejuvenation, but you really need to focus on that, and be patient, okay, and keep the faith. I love you, Sagittarius. I love you so much. I hope this resonated with some of you. Please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, and share if and only if that's something that you would like to do. And thank you for being on this journey with me.